Los buenos amigos recomiendan buena música.
La suerte a mi alrededor, para la suerte me busca.
Hey!
So pretty girls.
Oh my gosh, so do you. Look at you. The bangs. I just got rid of my bangs.
Thank you. You just cover them?
Like, okay, so I had a weave before, and then it was like just the bangs, but then I finally just like slicked all of my hair back. So now
Yeah. That
bangs.
first time. It's weird. The first time you just like sweep it away.
I know. I feel like an egg, but it's okay.
This is my go-to right now. My hair's short, so I can't really put a ponytail. I'm like, this is it. This is what you're getting.
Yeah. But girl, you guys are pulling it off. That quarantine look.
Quarantine look, we try. This is the first. It almost feels weird to look at ourselves like this. We're like,
Very much. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's so weird. I'm just about to decide if I just retouch the bangs. I'm just so worried about it because I like my hand is so shaky, so I don't know.
You're trying to cut them yourself?
I've never cut it myself. Like the last time, my stylist did it for me. But this time I'm just about to do it, and I might just fuck it up.
fuck it. Fuck it, just do it.
It's like that. You just got to do it.
I appreciate you so much for taking the time
Seriously.
to talk to us. You have no idea. I've been a big fan since day one.
Very
we have
big fan.
Girl Ultra, aka Mariana, on the Roosevelt tape with us.
Thank you.
I heard your music for the first time. I was like cleaning, and I let my SoundCloud just, go random. And then I heard Ella, tú y yo, and I was like, what is this? What is going on?
That's so nice to hear. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for listening to my music.
I don't think I've ever heard like Spanish music in that way. And I mean, I grew up listening to Spanish music, obviously a variety of types of music, but even from, I guess on a more ballad or sort, from Laura Pausini to, you did Miguel Bose, Moenia, all that stuff, but I never heard Spanish R&B like this. Did that happen on purpose? Did you go and say like, there's a need for this type of music, I'm going to go out and create it?
Well, I feel like, I'm sorry. R&B in Spanish already existed, but it was like infiltrated in pop music in the 90s and at the end of the 80s, also 2000s, but nobody really said we are making R&B in Spanish.
Right.
And I feel like this whole movement, not only in Espanol, but like worldwide, it gained like this new force because we lost we were not afraid of labeling things anymore. Because we always like been taught that labels are not like good. But I feel like in this era of so much information, like labeling stuff, it's actually pretty helpful. So people already knew what they were gonna consume. So I don't know, like R&B is such a digestible genre that I don't know, it's very easy listening. And whenever, I don't know, I feel like us humans try to empathize with everything. And whenever a lot of people that grew up with this music just like associated that idea of like listening to this into the cartoons or in the radio, but suddenly was, especially for Latinos in the US or in Mexico, they heard that it was in their own language. So now we empathize in a different level. And I feel like that's, I don't know, I took that as I started making R&B in Espanol because I really like it, and I grew up with this music also. But when I released my first album, it was like, okay, here it is. And then I realized the responsibility that I had with my language, with my people, with the genre, like, I don't know, in general, like creating communities like towards this genre.
Absolutely. What would you say is like the difference, obviously, because you're born and raised in Mexico City, right? And obviously pioneering R&B and being from Mexico, where it's not as heavy like a genre there, but then you also have like your Latinx artists that are here in the US that pioneer it as well. What would you say is like the difference between your experiences?
um this is like a taboo nobody speaks about here, because I don't know, we don't really want to be like put together into this all Latino music category, you know? Like there's like this huge spectrum, and there are like a lot of shades of Latino, you know? Like there's like a many contrasts in everything. So I don't know, I feel like the difference is the opportunities that we have, like all the Latinos have in different situations, right? Especially in music. Like it's very different making music in your own country and then trying to just like hop around everywhere. I don't know, it's different. Like the I don't know, like the opportunities they just change, or you have to pursue them with a lot more effort.
Because you're very well invested with like the Mexico City scene, like from like designers to photographers, like you're very well known there. What would that look like, kind of to create like a new community for you, like in the U.S.? Would you ever consider moving to like the U.S. fully and like staying?
Definitely, definitely. Like I get very homesick with my people and everything, like this particular warmth in Mexico City. But I've been thinking about like moving. Are you listening to me? Like yeah. Because like the video freezes and it just freaks me out. Okay. I've been thinking of probably moving for a while and getting to know a lot of people. I don't know, like just making Girl Ultra bigger, you know, because Girl Ultra is not just me, like it's a whole team, and I would like to like I don't know, experiment a little bit.
Totally.
I think even listening to your music and you like traveling and touring and stuff, it's almost like, and this is the feeling I got when I heard your music for the first time. You know, when you go somewhere and you discover somebody else that speaks Spanish or speaks your language, ya son hermanos, like, oh snap, right. Like that's what it felt like, oh what, we're right here.
Right. For sure.
It was a super dope feeling. What is a quarantine like for you as a creative right now? Are you inspired? Are you like, fuck all of this? Like, I don't care right now.
I don't know. I've been having like a lot of mood swings, like towards my career right now.
That's what we talk about.
It's crazy. It's crazy just to like stay focused and just execute stuff. Like actually do things. But I don't know. Like I've been trying to. Like a lot of people here in Mexico are trying to partner and help music industry, and I don't know, do like some live sessions or stuff, like some brand stuff that actually money that could help artists all around. And when it comes to like composition, it's just been like shifting. Like last week I wrote 2 songs, and this week I wasn't able, but I wrote like a lot of stories and poems and everything. So I'm just trying to find the way to function with this, because I get really inspired by the outdoors, you know. And right now I'm just like focusing on myself and eating well, and I don't know, I'm just like restructuring my life as everybody's doing right now.
Right, finding a rhythm.
Finding a rhythm. That's it. Those are the words.
Right now, if it wasn't for quarantine and everything that we're going for, like, what was the calendar like for Girl Ultra?
Oh my god. We were about to do Lollapalooza Argentina and Lollapalooza Chile. Yeah. And we were gonna tour again the US and Europe, and like the whole thing again, you know. And I was very excited because when I finished my last tour, I was very, very ready. Like I took 2 months like just to zone out and be with my family, and I adopted a dog, and I don't know, I just wanted like
sweet.
to be a kid with my family, you know.
Yeah.
And I was so effing ready, you know, like I was preparing the show, we were rehearsing and everything, and we were about to just like fly out, and it was shut down, you know. But we just had to embrace it like very spiritually, like also like with a lot of responsibility, because we got to support like a local like produce and everything, and our friends, like trying to find opportunities for them also.
For sure.
So I don't know, I feel like everything was teared apart from everybody, every like compromise and responsibility, and I don't know, like things to do, but we're actually like I don't know, trying to invest our time the best we can.
Mm-hmm. So thinking about, because you said mentioning like festivals like Lollapalooza in Chile and other countries and things like that, what would you say is like your dream as far as like the R&B genre like in Mexico City? Like would you ever consider like trying to band together a bunch of other artists, Latinx like artists, and creating a festival of R&B like in itself out there?
I don't know, I feel like it would be very local. Like a lot of friends, you know? Like I would like to like help a lot like up and coming artists, or maybe doing like and like R&B and alternative R&B festival between like the US and Mexico and Latin America, but mostly Latinos, you know? Like I feel like we really need to support like everybody's projects.
Is the local scene embraced?
Sometimes I feel like there's not much offer lately. Like there are not many projects as in the US, you know.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to create like a small community. So we're like all spread around, especially in R&B. Like there's like some guys making R&B in Monterrey, and then other girls like making R&B in Guadalajara, in Mexicali. So we're just trying to. I feel I feel like the next step is just like I don't know, like trying to merge everything and morphing into a something, you know, into like actually this is R&B in Español in Mexico, right? So, but it's actually happening, like a lot of new projects. And just before I answered you, I was watching a video from a couple of friends from Monterrey, and I was impressed. Like, dude, they're like probably 19 years old and they're doing amazing stuff.
What are the names?
Then oh my gosh, you froze. They're called Nesquik. It's called Nesquik. Yeah. He's amazing. Like he's
check them out. I wanted to ask you questions specifically about your album, Nuevos Aires. Now it starts off with Pena discussing, you know, mistrust in a relationship, to discreción, ella, tú y yo, ruleta, and it all ends with Amor Salvaje. I wanted to ask you about, you know, just kind of particularly the album title and why Nuevos Aires to package
all of those,
todos los temas.
Yeah.
Into that specific name. Okay. I don't know, that name came to me very, I don't know, it just started appearing like those two words in some stuff like that I read. And then the whole concept of the album is mainly like embracing myself as this new force. It's actually the first time I feel like a woman, right? Like I felt this transition as a composer, as a human being when I was making this album. So it just felt like un nuevo aire, like a nuevo aire, like a
fresh air,
like fresh air. Yeah. So I don't know. It just whenever I like spoke that name, like when I said like Nuevos Aires in my own mouth, in my own words, it was like, okay, this is the album title.
Like it. Yeah, you felt that.
Yeah. So it's very attached to like my evolving persona, like this album. And I don't know, it just really feels like myself. When I feel like whenever anybody of us makes something that you can actually like said right away, like, this is myself, this is me. I just felt like that.
That's beautiful. Even like in songs like Ella, Tú y Yo, you're discussing, you know, being cheated on, but there's like a power in it. Like, I knew you were doing this. Like,
yeah. It's I don't know. I found like this rawness in my compositions, and I don't know. It was very attached to the way that I am actually in life. So when I started making songs, I was trying to like find that thing to connect with who I am, and it was very difficult to be 100% honest, you know. And when I started like making Ella, Tú y Yo, that was actually the first song that I wrote for the album.
Wow.
I just felt this, like, oh my god, like I'm embracing this situation that's actually pretty fucking hard, but I'm just being the spectator, like it's not touching me, you know. So I don't know. It just I just embrace this kind of situations in a different way.
Powerful.
Is that why, like, even in the music video, you're surrounded by televisions and you're just spectating what's happening?
Yeah. That's the whole thing.
It's beautiful. Oh my
Thank you.
god. That song and Fuck Him that you have with your friend Jimena is both like super, super beautiful and empowering ballads that you have that really, really encompass like a lot of what women, I would say, go through at some point like in their life, where it's like mistrust or cheating or whatever, like in a relationship. How would you say that will play into like whatever you have coming next, like your next upcoming projects?
Okay, like Fuck Him is a very like tangible love situation, like love hate situation. You know, that happens to everybody.
Yeah.
But with Amor Salvaje, it's actually the first love song I've ever written, but it was not dedicated to anyone. I wrote that to Mexico City. Like it's like an ode to like the place where I grew up with, and this hectic love hate relationship I have with it, right? So I feel like what's coming next is more attached to this kind of feelings, like to this very nostalgic I don't know, like this gut feelings that you have for things, right? Not especially. Oh my god, Siri, shut the fuck up. This love hate this very gut feeling I was saying that you have towards things and stuff that makes you who you are. I feel like it goes more into that way. I feel like also this album was a process to just like write about love in a different perspective. And I don't know what I'm saying. Probably I'm a do tomorrow a love song. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like but yeah, this is the way I feel. Like I just want to detach a little bit from writing to people, from addressing songs to people, and actually like internalize a little bit more.
Yeah. Wow. What a perfect time to do that though too, right? With
Yeah, definitely.
Hey man, you said you adopted a dog. Where's your dog?
My dog is not here. Like, actually, I'm not quarantining in my actual home with my mom and with my dog and everything. I just rented this apartment, this flat, where my studio is. Like, the studio is upstairs on the terrace, and I can actually go up and down, and I don't have to like risk everything. So I just wanted to keep on working. So this was the way to do it. Yeah, I miss my dog.
Oh, what's his name?
Augie. I don't really like the name. I really wanted him to be called Viernes. But like my mom was like, no, his name is Augie. And I was like, okay, mom, it's okay. Like, he just started like answering to Augie, so he's called Augie now.
That's fine. You can still call him Viernes.
Augie's kind of cute, yeah.
Augie is cute.
Augie is cute. We were just reflecting back on your music and how I feel like anybody can listen to it and really love it without knowing Spanish. Does that go into, I guess, your thinking when you're picking melodies and choosing melodies? Like, there's a feeling behind it, and like, you don't just pick anything, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. I really care about the message, but usually songs for me come from the melody. Like, it's what comes first, and I feel like music is like so intangible, and it's such a difficult thing to comprehend because it just like makes you understand and think about things you didn't even like know about. And I feel like language is just like segments music and just shapes, as I told you, like the message. But I don't know, like I really caress my melodies. I care about my melodies and the production a lot, and the whole thing, like mixing and mastering and being there in the production. So I feel like it doesn't matter in what language is, like good music like tries to find its way into people. And I don't know, if I usually like what I do is I play my music to my brother. Like he's like, as we say here, like super fresa. He's very fresa. So he just like loves pop music, and he just listens to the Billboard thing. He's just like the target of the media, my little brother. So I just like play my music randomly, and he doesn't know anything about music. He's a comedian. And he just like has like this very general and like open-minded like position towards my music and what I do. It's like, I don't like that. Why? Because of this. I don't know. It's just a very nice filter, like playing music to my brother.
But is it valid? What he's saying, if he's not someone that, you know, like typically listens to R&B music or anything outside like the top 40.
My brother?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's a mystery. Like he listens a lot to like música en español, like from the 80s, and also like Paulina Rubio. Like he's just got like this like very mixed taste, but he also likes like, I don't know, Tame Impala. So he's just like in between like every universe. So it's good to get his opinion.
Fresh ears for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And every year is a fresh year when they don't like are music business related, you know, because we're just like into it, and there's like a lot of ego and pressure just to make art perfect. And whenever somebody that doesn't really give a shit about if it's perfect or not, I feel like it just gives like a very sincere opinion of what you're doing. And you like, us musicians like judge ourselves all the time. Like, is this good? Is this not? And we really like appreciate like people's opinions.
Totally. Would you say like what are like the next collaborations that you're looking forward to as like you begin to put together like another project?
I've been trying to collaborate with some friend artists online, like trying to make it happen. We just, I don't know, like sending melodies and writing songs by myself and everything. I really don't want to rush things right now. Like everybody's just taking like their process on this, and if it happens, it happens, and if not, like we'll be able to get together whenever this is over. And I also I have in mind like collaborating not only like musically, also like with designers here in Mexico. And I've been like my head is racing with video ideas that actually right now I'm not able to do. But I don't know. I've been writing like little scripts and everything that they're just gonna give me like the tools to actually start making everything whenever I'm outside.
Right.
That's dope. Yeah, write everything down, document everything.
Yeah.
Ideas. I text her all the time.
Those iPad notes on fire, girl.
Oh yes, full.
Yes. All the time.
Are there any like English speaking R&B artists that you hope to work with in the future as well?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm not I would really like to do this, like for example with Cuco, this experiment of like shifting language and him singing like completely in Spanish and me in English. I feel it's just like opening this like connecting us Mexicans like from the whole spectrum, you know. And that's very Mexicans and Latinos in general, I'm sorry, it's just connecting us, like making us feel like we're one, you know, like making us stronger. And I would really like to do it again and again and again.
Like I said, I went crazy when I heard you cover Miguel Bose's Morena Mia. I tried to call anybody that knew the original song. I was like,
she definitely called me too, and I was like, I don't think I remember
it. Was there a reason that you chose that song? I mean, besides obviously loving it, or was there like a special?
Which one? Like
Morena Mia.
Morena Mia. Oh my God! Like I have a big history with Miguel Bose. Like I am such a big fan since I was little, and I don't know. I really I was always very attached to these androgynous like 80s icons, 70s and 80s icons, and the way they just like shape their personas, and they just are able to part themselves into seasons. Like this is Miguel Bose from this year, and this is Miguel Bose from this and from this album, you know, such as David Bowie, such as Grace Jones, such as I don't know, like a lot of artists, you know, like Prince. And I feel like I am very related to that kind of like creations and to that deconstruction. And Miguel Bose, when I gained like this musical conscience when I was younger, there was something that dragged me to his music, and as a composer also. Like I still analyze his songs. Like there's this song that's my favorite Miguel Bose song right now that's called Lento, and it's a song from the 84, I guess it's from the 84. I just want to check real quick, like the
Fact check. Yes.
I
yes,
like
yes.
that. I like that.
Olvido. 84. Yeah, it's from the 84. And I don't know, it just changes a lot, that album from the next. And in the 80s, it was very difficult to just like split apart like that era, right? And Miguel Bosé like went through a lot of changes into like the 80s, and I found that very, very interesting. And Morena Mia is a song, probably the first song that I heard of Miguel Bosé when I was little, and it was always stuck in my head, and I was like, okay, I need to make a version.
I called anybody I could. I was like, you know Spanish? You know who Miguel Bose is? Listen to this song. You got to listen to this one too. So I was really excited for that kind of cover.
Thank you.
I mean, it makes me like want to hear, you cover other ones of my favorite songs.
I'm down. There's this song by Maria Conchita Alonso that I love. That's called Noche de Copas.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I've been like wondering if I do a cover or not, but probably I'm gonna do it.
Just do it.
Please. Let's do it.
Like some of my favorites, I love Laura Pausini.
Oh my God, yeah. Such a songstress.
They just and Moenia. I was like, wow, I wonder if Girl Ultra or Mariana would be down and cover it. Just my personal response.
I really like Laura Pausini. Like my mom was a big fan. I don't know if she still is, but I remember she had like a lot of Laura Pausini albums in her car.
Yeah, I remember waking up to Saturday morning cleaning, and my mom was like singing loud.
Dude, like those Saturday morning cleaning albums, they never go away. They're just stuck in here.
I do want to know though. I want to know where the name Girl Ultra came from. I know that earlier you mentioned as well, like Girl Ultra is like kind of like a movement. Like it's not just you; it's something that you want for like other women. Like where did that initially like derive from, and then how did you come to Girl Ultra as being like your name?
Well, I was back in the day. It was just like 4 years ago, but back in the day, I had a band, like the band I grew up with, and we were like four friends making music. We just finished high school, and we were like, okay, we definitely don't want to go to college. We just want to try a year and start playing all around. And actually, like a lot of consistent projects came up from there. Like all of them got their own bands, and they're doing good, and I'm very proud of that. And I don't know, like when everything started to get like a little bit weird between us, it was because we wanted to do our own stuff. We were like 19, and we were like, okay, I want to make this, but it just actually doesn't fit the sound of the band. So everybody started like their own projects by themselves. And when I started like writing, and I didn't know how to produce and everything, so I teamed up with another friend, and he told me like, let's make your first song. Let's think of a name. Blah blah blah. He helped me a lot. And I was like, oh my God, I just need like this strength of just actually, I know this band is going to split up soon. So I just wanted to like go solo. And I wanted a name that was very related to like superheroines in comics.
Yeah.
So I just found like this, I just brainstormed, and I really felt Girl Ultra. I was like, okay, this is me. Like the another time of this is me situation, another this is me situation,
where you just say it and you feel it like that.
Yeah, when you verbalize stuff, you know if actually works or not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I don't know, I just needed like this little bit of strength, and the name gave it to me, and I don't know, that Girl Ultra it is.
And now you live by it. Now you are Girl Ultra.
Yeah. I've been trying to find I try to find the ultra every day,
Hey, but if you have it in the name, you already started. You already won.
Okay. A lot of responsibility.
Hey, you are the ultra at every stage.
For real.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time a hablar con nosotras.
No, gracias a ustedes. Like, really, I know this is like very hard. Like, trying to connect with people on screen. I really like to hug people. I'm a hugger, so it's just like.
We wish we could hug you.
Listen.
Where are you? You guys are in Phoenix right now?
Yes.
Soon, girl. Soon.
Yes.
Dude,
I know.
I was telling Natasha just a second ago, Kuko actually went to my rival high school. Like when I was still in high school, like he was there. So whenever we go home, if you're there in Hawthorne, we have to just see you.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. Definitely. Yes. Yes,
I
I'm
think
down.
his family still lives down the street, not too far from where I live, matter of fact. So whenever, just let us know. We'll be there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm down. I'm down. I really appreciate and just like connected with Latino girls like you. I don't know, it's just I really appreciate like getting together and having a word with you girls. Thank you for having me here.
Appreciate it so much.
we'll hug each other.
I know.